Hi, I'm Denise Lamoureux and I'm an energy healer. I specialize in helping people to release trauma, to release the energy of addiction that comes from trauma, autoimmune. The reason why I am an energy healer is because I needed healing myself. I was driven by fear. I was suffering from panic attack, anxiety. I was drinking lots and lots of Chardonnay. I was a young mom. I was raising 2 kids by myself. And from the outside, everything looked fabulous, but on the inside, I was terrified all the time. And back then, you couldn't find healers, you couldn't find channels, you couldn't find mediums. It wasn't common, it wasn't done back then, but you could find teachers. And I would study with anybody that would take me. And I ended up studying many, many forms of Eastern medicine and different modalities and channeling, and got into great workshops with John Holland and James Van Praagh and etc. And that was really how I became a healer. I really wanted to serve. Like, that was what I was drawn to. Every Sunday for 10 years at 11 o'clock, I went underneath the highway bridge in downtown Bridgeport here in Connecticut and fed 100 to 150 homeless people. So even when I was suffering with anxiety, even when I was struggling, and even though when I didn't know who I was still soul-wise, dharma-wise on this mission to serve. A couple of years went by, and behind my restaurant, which was my office and my liquor room, got struck by lightning and burned to the ground. And the next thing you know, I rebuilt this building to be a liquor room and an office, and it never became that. It became one of the prettiest wellness centers I've ever seen. And healers ended up coming from all over the world. I mean, it was absolutely the story of you build it and they will come. Then that experience gave me more years of education, more years of studying, more years of traveling to India, more years of learning from gurus. And it gave me not only the ability to believe in myself, but totally the ability to believe in the divine and the universe and the power. I started to study Western medicine. I started to study trauma. I started to study addiction. I started to study epigenetics and the quantum field and quantum physics. And that's what got really important to me, because I could see that science could now back up everything that I did. Science could now back up everything that I believed in. And that trauma work was what really changed my life. Trauma work stopped me from drinking so much Chardonnay. Trauma work stopped me from eating too much sugar. Trauma work stopped me from being in anxiety and fear. Absolutely incredibly grateful to be a healer. I'm so honored that I get to do this for a living, but I'm also so honored that I'm able to help people change their lives to happiness, joy, and peace.